From the floor of the CME Group, this is Danny Riley on today's Cash Close. You know what? It's been the S&P tried to rally a little bit today, and then again late in the day, the late day weakness pulled in. But you know what? The big thing about this is there's no volume on the New York Stock Exchange. There was only 420 million shares here going into the close, and what we think is they'll print another 250 million on the close. The high of the day in the S&P came in at 1845.5. After the open, the low came in at 1832.30 just now, and last we're 1833.70. We're down 7 handles. Total volume, remember the spread's going on here. They've got 2.1 million minis traded and 32,000 big S&Ps traded. Now, much of that will be the S&P spread. And when you break it all down, it'll probably be about 1,000 or 2,000 big S&Ps traded in the pit. MOC, we had 100 million to buy. Now, Sunday night's a biggie. You know, this is where all the weakness is coming from. It's from the Crimean vote that the Russians are going to take over. We already know that this is a foregone conclusion. Now, the big thing that's going on, though, is Russia going to go further into the Ukraine? It looks like they may. It really does. You know, Putin's claiming that all this anti-Russian stuff going on there is reason to take over the rest of the country, or at least try to take over other parts of the country. On Monday, we have the Empire State Manufacturing Survey. We have the Treasury International Capital. We have the Industrial Production Number and the Housing Market Index. Now look at the S&P is very, very unstable, and it's very, very nervous. You know, as these sanctions come across the pond and they go into Europe and they go into, we're on the cash close right now. And as we go into, you know, Monday's trade, it's going to be very, very volatile. Now, what we were thinking about is something came out in J.P. Morgan saying that the last time that Putin backed down and sent the troops back, the S&P rallied 1.53%. Now, what we were looking at some cheap calls to buy in March, but you know what? We're not sure that what happens here if those calls just don't go to zero right away on Monday or what. But you know what? We're going to leave it like that. It's been a long week. It's been a long week of low volumes, and I think that's about to change. See you on the opening print on Monday.